Welcome to another edition of Meet Us Here. Today we're going to talk about rack of lamb, one of my favorite subjects. A rack of lamb, it comes from the loin portion of the lamb. What I've done here is I've constructed the rack itself with the lamb loin that's right next to it. After the loin portion here of the fillet is your leg. That's the leg of lamb. The other side of the rack is your shoulder. The rack itself consists of 8 different bones, from the shoulder up until the loin portion. Okay, makes an excellent roast, it makes excellent chops, and I'm going to show you how we're going to trim it. You want to go about 2 inches in, 1.5 inches to 2 inches in from the eye. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a cut and go straight across. Okay. By doing that, I'm just separating the fat and some of the false lean to expose the bones. What you're left with is the meat in between the bones. Okay, and we'll be getting that out in a second. Now I want to get this blade out of here too. You want to get that blade out and leave some of this fat trimming on top. You really want to leave the fat on. Keeps it nice and moist as you're roasting it out. So we'll take this blade out of here. This comes from the shoulder. On top, the bottom portion. It comes up fairly easy. Okay. And watching how much trim that you take off of this. You really don't want to hit the meat too much, but on top of here it's called what's called a false lean. You'll expose this meat. This meat actually has nothing to do with the eye itself. It's just called a false lean, and it'll still protect the eye as you're roasting it out. So I want to get down to about a 1/4 inch trim. And here again is the false lean, exposed all the way across. Ready for a nice presentation. Now you have to remove all the meat from in between the bones to make a really nice presentation. So what I do is I normally score on one side first. So as I'm cutting it, it'll come off a lot easier. Okay, so that's all scored. Now I go down one side, across, and up. And exposes that bone. Down one side, across, and up. Exposing the next bone. So as we do the whole thing, it gets cleaner and cleaner for a nice presentation for dinner guests. A lot of top-notch restaurants also will do servings of 2 bones on their menu. So they would actually cut in between each of these bones to make lollipop chops. Okay, so we have all these bones exposed. I want to keep an eye on this little strap that's back here too. This is called a back strap. This supports part of the back of the animal. So you want to kind of take that out of there. Okay? It's something that you definitely cannot chew, and I wouldn't want that on my menu for my guests. Okay. We'll do the second one. We'll do the same exact way. I move this blade bone quickly. Makes a nice presentation. When you cook your rack of lamb or any lamb portion, what you want to do is you want to cook it just like how you like your beef. If you like it medium rare, cook it medium rare. If you like it well done, cook it well done. It has the same kind of a consistency of how beef would be. Medium rare being 125 internal degree. You could even cook the whole entire rack on the grill like itself. Some of the better recipes, what people use, they'll marinate this in some garlic and some rosemary and let it set for a few hours and then work with it either in the oven or on the grill too. If you have any questions or comments, please contact us at Meet Us Here. We'd be more than happy to answer any questions you have. And if you want to see any kind of videos on how to do certain things, give us a contact and make sure that you state your name. And don't forget to share and like us too. As always, thank you for joining us at Meet Us Here.